Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. Hi, everyone.
Hi. And in the spirit of love and compassion, we want you all to come with us on this journey today as we share information about current activities all around the world.
Our likes and our loves.
Absolutely.
Yep. Hi, everyone, again. And we'd love that you're back with us.
Yes.
Checking out another one of our chats. And before we get started, really quickly, we just want to remind you, if you like our videos, hit the thumb icon. Please, we'd love for you to support us and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell notification, the peace bell, so you don't miss any of our videos. And we're going to go straight into it. What tea are we drinking today?
Well, you know, we love Tulsi. We talk a lot about Tulsi. So today we're having a Tulsi raspberry peach tea. Doesn't that just sound yummy?
Yes.
The ingredients are all proprietary organic blend. So we have organic Tulsi, which is the holy basil blend. We have East Indian basil. We have organic hibiscus, organic elderberry. Doesn't that just sound yum, 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 yum? Raspberry and organic peach flavors.
So raspberry is the flavor that jumps out when we first take it out of this packet, because we like to smell it. If you're a regular, then you know that we like to do this.
Yes.
Just a lot of raspberry jumps out.
Yes.
And we've had it seeping.
Ooh,
So,
it's nice and dark.
Smells good.
Smell. I can smell it already.
All right, and it's all dripping here for some reason. Not sure why.
Oh.
Weird. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Why it's leaking? Look.
I know. I don't know why. Well, mine's
Right.
not. So we'll put the dry one.
Sorry, everyone.
That's
It's just
okay.
this is leaking for some reason.
like it never
Gotta
leaks.
wipe it up.
It's like it never leaks.
Yay! But it tastes yummy. Yummy.
As you can tell, instead of me doing the chat, I'm over here.
Yeah, I know.
That's because I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So let's get this party started.
Yep.
You know, our thoughts and prayers always go out to the human race. You know, we know through love, compassion, peace, and joy, we can improve and uplift our planet. We all just have to realize that all the negativity, even if you think it's cute in the moment, it's not. We both believe in karma. What you put out, you get back. You know, a lot of people, like even in Southern Baptist churches, they used to say, when you tithe, it comes back tenfold, pressed down, overflowing. So whatever you're putting out into the world, just be aware, you're going to get it back one day. So put out good love thoughts.
Exactly.
So, you know, we live in earthquake country, and we're very, very sensitive to earthquakes. And I saw the earthquake. It's in Turkey and Syria, and it was a 7.8. And then within moments, they had an aftershock of 7.6. And after that, they had 75 continuous aftershocks. You've seen whole apartment complexes just collapsing. As of this morning, when this happened over the weekend, the initial count we heard was, you know, around 2,000 people. And some person said, well, they're forecasting 20,000. I was like, get out of here. Well, this morning we hit 11,000 loss of lives.
Yeah, over 11,000.
Yeah, and growing, unfortunately.
The thing that I don't understand, and because we live in California and we get a lot of earthquakes now and again, the aftershocks are not 7.8.
No.
Aftershock should be like a 2
or
or
a
3.
And even a
most.
3 after you've had a big quake, it still scares you.
Yeah.
So it still, you know, stops you in your track. I just cannot imagine having a 7.8. Because 7.8, 7.6, that's nothing. It's the same volume of intensity.
I'm sorry, anything 3 and above is scary for me, let alone 7.8. And we here in California, we plan for earthquakes because our buildings
Yes.
are made so that they can withstand earthquakes.
Yes.
But I don't think over there they're made for earthquakes. 'Cause I don't. It was like
Well, you can see
concrete
those metal sticks. They look like little metal sticks. Well, that's called rebar. And what they do is when they pour, even in all of our structures, they put rebar to support the cement to make things stronger.
Right.
I know that President Biden has sent, and even our governor, there are teams from all over the world rushing to try and help the people because, they have to try and dig them out. This morning, there was a family of 6 that was buried alive and they pulled them out. They were still alive.
Wow. I cannot imagine.
They found an infant, a baby, a brand new baby
Yes.
with no clothes on. And I don't know if the mom was giving it a bath or something. They found the baby, but they were not able to save the mom.
Yeah, I think that was the baby because the mother, I don't know if it was that mother, but there was another child they pictured and they said that the child lost the mother was pregnant. They lost the pregnant mother and the sibling. So it's really sad because now that child is an orphan.
Yeah, all alone.
It's
by
really,
themselves.
really sad. So I'm trying to see, me and my friends are trying to see how we can help them because I'm sure there's places you can go to donate like blankets and clothes or even money so that they can buy things to ship over there because I can't even imagine. And my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone there because this is really devastating.
Absolutely. So we will keep you attuned as we hear more information. Now, as you know, we told you on our last meeting that this is the month of Black History. And we are going to educate you and keep you attuned to some things. So we're each going to share about a woman. And we haven't told each other, so hopefully we didn't pick the same one.
Oh, gosh.
Hopefully. I don't think so. So my woman, her name is Marion Croak.
No, not the same
Very
thing.
good.
Thank goodness. Could you imagine?
No, I didn't think so. Now, the reason that I picked her is that she's a Black woman. She's an engineer and an inventor. She's a very, very creative woman. Now, she was the tech pioneer working at AT&T when she created the technology that we currently use for Skype, Zoom, Wi-Fi phone calls, video conferencing, and she is known as the voice over IP protocol.
Wow.
Yeah, she's an amazing
woman.
We'll put a little link down below so that you can read up on her. She has over 200 patents.
What?
She is an amazing woman. And when you look at her, she just looks like somebody you see on the street and you say, good morning. She's not trying to be out and be all bougie. She's just brilliant.
Wow.
She's well grounded in herself.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. 200 patents.
200 patents.
Now, I'm going to have to do some research on that as to what the patents are because I'd like to know. I mean, the point is going to get just very long, but I want to see some of the things that she's got a patent for.
Well, I figured we would do that next week.
Oh, next week?
Yes, because
like
I just think when, a woman is able to do something of her magnitude, because you have to think, when back in the day when they first started with, video conferencing, I remember when those triangles showed up at work.
Yes, the little triangles on the table. And it was so confusing to use.
Yes, and how do you get it to work?
And then if the connection was good or not, and sometimes it wouldn't work because it'd be all staticky.
Yes, and you'd be going, hello? See, like now we go, can you hear me now? Back then we would go, hello? Hello? She did that. Wow. So we really want to acknowledge that. And now
progression.
Yes. And your lady?
My lady is Captain Mary Lee Mills. And she began her career in public health as a nurse midwife.
Nice.
Yes, I love it. And in 1946, Mills joined the U.S. Public Health Service, where she completed tours of duty in Liberia, Lebanon, and South Vietnam.
Wow.
So this is an amazing lady.
Wow, yes.
And she helped establish the first nursing school in Lebanon.
Oh,
and
see.
you know, in those countries, you know, not everything is woman forward, right?
Exactly.
For the women.
Exactly.
So this is a really great, amazing lady that did this. And she was awarded Lebanon's National Order of the Cedar in response to her efforts.
Amazing.
So this lady, I can only imagine how much, you know, I want to say courage, but how much strength she had,
Yes.
and the things she did to help pave this kind of path for
Exactly.
future women.
Exactly.
Great. Opening the first establishment in Lebanon, nursing establishment. So I love that.
Wow.
Her name again is Captain Mary Lee Mills.
Yes. And her and Marion Crook, you two are beautiful expressions of brilliance. And we salute you both.
Yes, we do.
So last week, sorry the video was a little long. However, we were just so passionate about what we wanted to bring to your attention related to Tyree Nichols. So the only update we have for you today is they had his funeral service last week. Reverend Al Sharpton was the minister who actually gave the service. Vice President Kamala Harris was in attendance, and they, at one point, they almost made it a little political for me.
Okay.
I mean, I understood what they were trying to do is use the momentum of his passing, the violent way in which he passed,
Right,
to bring it up that we have got to do something. We, the people, you know, we can't just sit and think the people in government are going to do something to help us. We have to do something. And the mom, as devastating as this was for her, she's like, my child was being used for the purpose of bringing this up and out so that we can fix it. First and foremost, we can fix it. So that was sad. And the only other thing, I still don't know why they showed most of the faces. There are a couple of sheriffs that they haven't shown their face, and so they just have squares. And then there is one other person that they didn't show their face. The 5 initial officers who did the most damage, of course, they've been fired, and now they're getting ready for trials. The white police officer, he tased Tyree, and he said some nasty things, but he stopped, he backed off. So he's on administrative leave while being investigated. I don't think anybody should be paid while they investigate this entire situation.
That's the thing. Have you noticed that every time we hear about stories like this, the first thing is, and I'm surprised that the other 5 were fired, but taken away from their jobs, but most of the time they're put on administrative leave with pay. It should not be with pay.
Yeah.
Why should they get
anything? You have to prove. I mean, I understand innocent until proven guilty. However, if they've got visual proof that we all saw, then that's not you have to be proven. That is, we saw what you did, and whether you did not chase him down, you were not there at the end when the last of the blows were done, you were there in the beginning. Why didn't you pick up your cell phone and call someone and say, these people have lost their mind? Not watch it. You know, if he had done that, if he had called and said, I need backup, these people are out of control, I don't know what the hell they're doing, then yes, he should be set aside. Because
for him not doing that is enabling them to continue doing what they were doing.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, when you saw, and I haven't watched all the tape because I can't, if you watch the tapes and you see things being violently done to someone and you don't do anything, that's saying you support, gone, I got you. And that's not what I think the intention was. So we'll stay on top of that. We'll let you know what we find out, because this is something that's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. We're not going to let it go away. So, thank God they went back to regular weekend. The Grammy was on.
Grammys, yay! Yes. Did you watch it?
Yes. What did you think?
Yeah.
Who did you like? You know, for me, The first thing that I thought was very interesting. One of the first awards of the night was won by Beyonce, and she wasn't there because she was on the 405 in traffic. Now, anybody who's ever been to LA, you just say 405 and we go, oh yeah. However, her husband was in the audience. So that to me says that Jay-Z said, look, we need to leave now. We're going to be late. And maybe she was having dress difficulty, hair difficulty. Something came up because Jay-Z was in the chair.
Yes, he was.
When she won the award and she wasn't
know ahead of time where you're going to be before the Grammys.
Yes.
So you should know, okay, if we're going to go on the 405,
yes,
we need to be done by this time,
yes,
not this time. So
yes,
they should have been way ahead of time, ahead of schedule. But it was, but it seemed kind of weird because you want the person who gets the award to be there to
yes,
accept the award.
Yes.
And it didn't seem like when they showed her, it just seemed like she didn't.
And didn't it look like her hair was wet? Because later in the initially her hair is very, very thin. She had curly, wavy hair.
Right.
And then as the evening progressed, it started to give a little volume. So to me, that says that was all on you, girlfriend. Because if your hair had been dry when you got there, you would have looked the same at the end
Women
as you did in the
issues,
beginning.
Right?
Yes.
Getting ready.
And we all know how things can happen. You can have, someone can do your hair. Come on, women, let's talk. You've been in a salon, you've had your hair done, and they spin you around and you go, oh my God. Oh my God. Because it's not what you want. It's not what you're expecting. And in where she was, she would have said, no. And that's probably how her hair ended up wet.
Right.
She probably said, just wet me down. No, I don't want to do that. Because the hairstyle didn't really match the dress as much as normal. Because normally...
I don't know. She didn't, to me, I felt she didn't look as put together as she normally is.
Yes.
I mean, that dress was
it was okay, but it was not a Beyonce dress.
Right.
And that night, she won 4 more Grammys, which gave her a total of 32.
Wow.
So now she has more Grammys than anybody else in the world.
Wow, amazing.
So, Queen Bee, good job.
Hats off to you.
Yes.
And I loved Trevor Noah.
Yes.
He's done an amazing job. This is like the 3rd year that he's been hosting it. He started during pandemic. Mm-hmm. And I think, to me, he should keep doing it forever and ever and ever. Yes. Don't find a replacement. Yes. Just keep him. He's so great.
She loves him just the way
I love it because he's always like in different spots.
Yeah, he moves throughout the audience.
Around.
I love that. Like most of the MCs, they're on the stage. They may come down the steps a little bit to the front. They don't come all the way out. And, like at one point he was sitting with J-Lo and Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben, you poor baby. See? we both know poor. I mean, J-Lo is jamming. She's like, yes.
And he looks like whatever.
Well, it's like he had that look. I mean, he at some point he would try and wiggle a little bit, but he had the look of either one of two things. One, you told me this was only going to be an hour and this has been 3 hours. What is going on? I want to go home. Or 2, I just need to go outside and have a cigarette. I just need a cigarette.
And the memes after that, Grammys was everywhere. Even my friend sent me a meme about that. And I was like, what? But J-Lo looked really nice. She looked gorgeous as always.
Yes.
And she went up to present.
Yes.
She looked great. I liked Adele. Adele looked great.
Yes.
She was with her boyfriend
Lizzo?
On the same table.
Oh.
Lizzo with the silver number.
Yes.
Adele with the red, whatever the
and when she met
there.
The Rock, that was so
that
cool.
was amazing.
She, I noticed also when she was doing the interview with Oprah, she smacks her lips. She does that a lot.
I don't remember that.
Go back and look at it. She was, they're talking to her about introducing her to someone, and she's like, so I don't know if that's her nervous twitch.
I don't know. I'll have to. I'm not as observant. I should be. I usually am. But I'm not.
I hang on Adele. I love her. I think, oh my God.
Well, she won for best solo performance.
Easy. Amazing.
Lizzo won for record of the year.
And let me tell you, my girl had no idea. So she's sitting there, and they say her name, and she's like. And Adele is hopping. She's so excited for her. And Lizzo's like, am I being punked?
She's like,
yeah. And her acceptance speech, when she shared that when she was a little girl, she snuck away from school to go and see a concert, to see one of her, J-Lo's early concerts. That, and then, I mean, not J-Lo, Beyonce. I was thinking of the older, but no, Beyonce. And she said that, she goes, "You're my everything." That was just.
And I love the fact that she said that she wanted to start making music to make people feel good.
Yes.
To just have really good, inspiring music, and there wasn't a lot out there.
And
so she really
a lot
wanted
of
to
that
do that.
started after COVID, after the isolations with COVID.
Yes.
And so her mission now is to make good music, and her music is good dancing music. And I love her big girls. Being a curvy girl
It's
myself,
great. I
love it. And the choir, her performance was just amazing.
Yeah, she's so cute. She's so little bubbly all over the place, and she's an inspiration. And I just love her, and her and Adele just seem like they had so much
such good
fun.
friends.
Yeah. So I like that, and I like that they did this long set to
hip hop.
The hip hop 50th anniversary.
My God.
So I was saying
Missy
it's about
Elliott,
around about the same time I was born, just a few years.
Hush.
Well, anyway.
Yes.
50 years. I can't believe it. And then me and my husband watching it. Oh my God, there's so-and-so.
Run
There's
DMC.
Run DMC.
Yes.
There's Salt and Pepper.
Yes.
There's Missy Elliott. It goes through the years and the generations. And my husband knows all the names. See, I know the names, but I can't.
I knew the music, but I didn't know the names.
I didn't know the names. If they came out, he knew who that was.
Like
I knew
LL
the song
Cool J,
only.
back in the day when LL Cool J had his little box, his little boom
It
was just a regular boom box. Well, the one now, because he's all that was all blinged out.
Yes.
So that was really cute.
Yeah, that was cute. And then what I liked is they kept panning to her. Did you see her?
Yes. And I mean, her was just like, yeah.
Yeah, she was dancing. Shania Twain. Can you believe that with her red hair?
Yes.
She looked really good.
Yes.
Really, she's making a comeback now because she was laying low for a while. Now she's making a comeback.
Yeah.
And Harry Styles, can't forget.
Oh my goodness.
Harry Styles won.
So humble. I really, really like him.
He won for, what did he win for? Best Pop Vocal Album and Album of the Year.
He is the man. And when they had fans of each of the nominees in the audience all night, and they talked to them, and they would ask everybody, why do you think your person is the song of the year? And so like Adele was up, and so they talk about that. Well, the little lady that had Harry, when Harry won, they let her announce
it. So
that, she went, Harry Styles. He runs up on stage and he cradles her in his arm. And I mean, I just love when you see unscripted love.
And she was so excited that you could see he went up to do his little speech. She wanted to go right behind him, but then the person who was like leading people to no, you have to come this way, you can't go this way. She was too excited. She was so cute.
It was so cute.
But all in all, I really enjoyed the Grammys. It was good. And I love that Dr. Jill Biden came on.
Yes. I mean, some of the people in the audience, I thought I was going to have to jump through because there was a little booing, and I thought inappropriate.
Well, she came on to announce the very first award.
Yes.
For, what was the award? I forget the name of it. For social justice or social causes.
And it's because that's what she teaches. She's an art teacher.
Yes.
So it wasn't like it was some prosperous, foo-foo that she just got to do. No, she knew that particular genre. And I mean, I was just like,
But it was so sad because I was waiting for them to show the video, but they only showed a little clip from Instagram, and it was in a different language.
Yes.
And for that video, he was arrested.
Yes.
Can you believe
it?
And he's still in jail. I can't believe it. It's to help women. The song was about women and how to, I forget, but what she said was amazing. I mean, good for you.
Beautiful.
I couldn't even quite get the name because it was a very complicated name. And I was trying to do a search for it, but I guess I could if I really dug deep into it. But I wanted to see if I can, and I probably will see if I can find that video because
I would like to see the whole thing.
Yeah. And I heard it's really sad, the video, someone said.
I'm sure it is. I can't remember, what is it? Bonnie Raitt. She won, I think it was
Song of the year.
Song of the
year.
He was Song of the Year too.
No, she won Song of the Year just like that, Bonnie Raitt.
Yes, and that is about, and people are sitting there going, how could she be Beyonce? How could she do that? We're going to tell you how. The song was about people when they lose their loved ones and they give up the organs to save a life. That's what that song is
amazing.
about.
I didn't even know.
You know, so that, even if you might love Beyonce, but sometimes when a song just grabs your heart, you just have to let it be. And even she kept looking at the Grammy and she's like, I can't believe this.
Because a lot of people, what happens is they get attracted to a song for its chorus and its beats and the catchiness to it.
Yes.
But do they really listen to the words? So with Bonnie Raitt, it's the words that caught the Academy's attention.
Yeah.
So,
and that's how she won.
I love it. I really love it. I'm actually going to Google that and I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah.
And I encourage everyone, if you haven't, to go and listen to it because she won it for a good reason.
Absolutely.
So.
And the last person for me, and unfortunately due to timing, they didn't give her the award on air. However, when she came out as a presenter, you know, for whoever the next category, Viola Davis is now an EGOT.
I did not know that.
So she has an Emmy for How to Get Away with Murder. She got a Grammy for her narrative of the books that she's doing, that she did based on her little girl. And then, of course, she won an Oscar and a Tony. So she is an EGOT. So back in the day, pre-COVID, Whoopi was probably the one and only Black woman with an EGOT status.
Right.
And now, you know, Jennifer Hudson is an EGOT.
Tom Legend.
Yes.
I mean, John Legend.
John Legend. Yeah. During COVID, John got his award. He got his Oscar from a song that they did, him and Common.
Yeah.
And so that propelled him to the status. So, you know, I think now they said we might have 25 in total. So it's growing, which is beautiful because it allows them to cross different platforms.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. So that was a great Grammy. It was very good. And if you have any feedback, comment below.
Yes.
We'd like to hear your likes and dislikes.
Yes. So last weekend, the NFL tried something different. Instead of playing football and faking the funk for the Pro Bowl, because the Pro Bowl players were so enamored with each other, they would go to tackle and they go, oh, my bad. I'm like, you're bad, tackle him. So this season they did flag football instead. So some people watched. It started real early, like 11:45 a.m. and at 5 o'clock it was still going. It was just too much. But it was, you know, it's their attempt to once again pull in the American public to football, because some of us really love football.
And Pro Bowl is usually not until after the
they've been doing it before for the last few years.
Okay.
And so that's why, the bad thing is that the main players you want to see, they're not going to play. They're going to the Super Bowl, which is Sunday. That's what's coming up. So after Sunday, I don't know what the NFL is going to do, because we're all going to be done with football for a while. And, you know, different things are starting to
We're just
going
to continue watching basketball. That's what we do.
I know. That's where we're going to head next. So all in all, it was a very good time. American Got Talent. That was really, I don't know how they're doing that. Okay, I'm just going to be as honest and as frank as I can. When you have good performer after good performer after good performer, and then you get a great one, then a good performer, then a great one, then a great one, and then at the end of the night you have to pick one.
There's top three, and then out of the three, only one gets to go through, and the golden buzzer. So that's it for the show.
And you think to yourself, you know, well, I made it to the top three. It's an honorable mention. That's still hard, because they have sent people home who I believe were great, and I don't know. Because it's not the judges, it's the super fans.
Right, and I don't even know who the super fans are, so I'm just wondering.
One thing I can tell you, the super fans are young, because the people that they're picking to go forward, some of them you're like, really?
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Some of the people they're picking to go through just...
Yeah, I mean, they may be good from a social media perspective. I don't think they're good, though.
The talent-wise.
Yeah.
The talent.
So I know American Got Talent, not that you're all listening to us. However, I think you should really pump it up a notch. And what I mean by that is I think you should have of an age group young and of an age group a little bit more mid to senior.
As the super fans?
As the super
Okay.
fans. And then you blend the vote because
Yeah.
we don't care what you look like. We care what you
We
sound
care
like.
about the talent,
Yes.
and if we would buy a ticket to go and see
Yes.
you in Vegas, that's
Yes.
what we care about,
Yes.
right?
Would we stand in line like me? I have stood in line. I stood in line for an hour and a half in the rain after Mama had her hair done. And the umbrellas were up. And by the time I got inside the venue to see Prince, oh yes, I was a hot, wet, drippy mess. But I didn't care because I got front row seats. I did not care. I got to see Prince. I mean, I will never forget that. I did not like standing in the rain, but I would do it again to see him because he was worth it. So if just imagine you could stand in line and go and see two guys that are kind of cute with their shirts off with little bellies and someone is patting their bellies to make sound. Or you could get in a line and you could go see, say, a Reuben Studdard. Which line are you going to get? That's what we're talking about. While the guy is doing the patting to make sound, that's cute. However, Reuben Studdard can sing. And he's doing a new tour now, but he was doing a tour of Luther Vandross songs.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, so can you imagine you go and and Reuben can sound like Luther. So that's what we're talking about. No disrespect to their talent. What they do is good. It's just that it is more social media rating good versus in your face good. Yeah. And I want more of that.
Yeah, so tell us who you like and who you want to see win AGT.
Yes, because it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. That little ventriloquist,
I
Anna
love
Marie,
her. She's cute. So we'll have to see how it plays out because she's pretty good.
I know. I was very touched. We also got some sad news last week. Cindy Williams of Laverne and Shirley passed away at the beautiful age of 75. She was a good Cindy, and what is his name? I think in the show it was like Ron Cunningham was his character, but Shirley used to like the Fonz. William, what is his name? It just went out. My brain said
the Fonz. Yeah, I know.
Fonz.
Yeah.
But he would go, and she would just fall on him.
Yeah.
Lots of good memories.
Harry Winkler.
Yes, lots of good
Henry
Henry Winkler. Lots and lots of good memories. So that is a good positive legacy that she left to the world. So, your talent will be missed, but thank you for many, many years of laughter. I used to know that song, Slamio, Hop and Pepper Incorporated, and they do the little bounce thing, and they'd be walking on the streets of New York.
Well, I didn't grow up here, so I don't know anything about that.
Yes, it was really a cute show. So yesterday was a great day in two ways. It was great in that the legacy that everybody keeps talking about, about LeBran James, how good he is, what a spectacular. My brother-in-law Sunday was, oozing about him. He's like, he's going to put down numbers. He's only 38. He can do this. He can do that. Well, he finally made a big statement.
Yes, he did. He actually, LeBran James all-time record, 38. He scored 36 points in the third quarter, and he surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes.
So no one has done this in I don't know how many decades.
Well, in front of the stadium is a statue of Kareem with, I think his number was 33, and he has this ball in his hand because he's going to slam it. I used to love the fact that he didn't have to jump to slam. He was so tall. And my husband is more into the martial arts, and he loves Bruce Lee. And there's a thing where Kareem and Bruce Lee fight.
Oh, wow.
In one of his movies.
Yeah.
And whenever that movie, I think it's like it's about the dragon, the something of the dragon.
Uh-huh.
And it's amazing. So when LeBron, he made the shot, and it was one of those, they call it a fadeaway. So what that means is that you're backing up and you shoot. So
Right,
you're
yeah.
fading away. So he made it on a fadeaway shot, and of course they gave him the ball, and then he asked everyone in the community to stand up and give Kareem a round of congratulations for being the spearhead, the person that drove him to do what he did. He said it was never his intention to be the highest number one scorer. It was just what happened. So now, because of his age and then other players that are coming up, they can put up, like Clay Thomas just put up 42 points in a game. Can they catch him? Or is he, by the time he retires, will he be so high that no one else can? And the other thing is LeBron's son is getting ready to go into the NBA. And he's pretty much put it out there that whoever gets my son will get me, because I
Yes.
want to play I don't want to play against my son. I want to play with my son. And then he has two boys. And then the youngest one, there's a possibility that if LeBron can hang in there, that he could play at one time with both of his sons.
Yeah, he said that.
Unheard
Amazing.
of.
That would be amazing. I want to
Unheard
see
of.
that. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, and his boys, they can shoot, they can slam. So congratulations, and Kareem, thank you for being an inspiration. You are a magnificent man. And I know there's issues because some of the things that LeBron does, Kareem doesn't like, because Kareem is very, he believes in being more grounded, more quiet.
Right, yeah.
He's not into that in your face kind of thing.
Yeah.
But even he said, as we grow, we will evolve.
Yes.
And eventually, LeBron will one day stop and think about all the things that he did in his life. Now that he's a billionaire, what are you going to do with all that money? How are you going to change LA? You can help eradicate homelessness in LA. And he could be doing things that we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
But if you know, you can post it below.
Tell us. We'd
like
to know.
hear. We'd like to hear. Yes.
Yes. So, we're always talking to you about our children and, things that happen to kids. And today we're going to talk a little bit about screen time and tablets and all of that.
Yes, we are. You know me, it's near and dear to my heart to talk about kids and how parents can raise a very loving, kind, and just amazing human being in this society. But there has been studies about long-term consequences because, today back in my days when my son, well, it's a long time ago, he's 19 now. When he was in 2003, he was born. I mean, cell phones, yes, we had cell phones, but it's not like every single person had a cell phone. And we tried to restrict when he would get his own cell phone. So he didn't get his own cell phone till he was in 5th grade. Right? Now kids are getting cell phones when they're at dinner in a restaurant when they're young toddlers at 2 years old.
Right.
And it's for screen time so that they can be quiet, and the parents will put on a show just to keep them occupied so they're not screaming and yelling, either a screen time on a tablet or a cell phone.
Right.
But there's been a study done recently, and it recruited participants starting in pregnancy, as early as pregnancy, and followed children up to age 9 using EEG to study brain waves at about 18 months. And then they connected the dots between how much screen time they were receiving in infancies and how they performed on memory.
Right.
So that they had that connection there, and they had certain attention span tests for kids around 9 years old. And this is the findings. Babies who spent most screen times, about 2 hours a day, by 12 months. And I'm like, oh my God, there are kids by 12 months still. That's just way too early. Did the worst on attention and memory testing by age 9. So by age 9, the testing was not that great.
Right.
And the recommendation from Academy of Pediatrics is birth to 2 years, no screen time.
Yes.
Up until 2 years, 2 to 5 years, 1 hour max a day supervised.
Yes.
So that's what they recommend, and I love that. I wish more parents would think about that, not only is it affecting their long-term attention span, which I have a lot of kids with ADHD and
That's
autism,
right.
but also to do with their brain and how it's affecting their cells and the electromagnetic frequencies that are affecting their bodies.
Yes.
So that's really important because kids' bodies are not fully developed until age 25.
Yes.
So if you're watching, parents, please, please, please limit the amount of screen time your child has.
Yeah. And they have also come out and I guess he's like the Secretary of Medical. I can't think of the title. He said that they are going to recommend to parents that they not allow children under the age of 13 on social media at all. Because the thing is I mean, I think back when I was 13, because you just went from being a baby to a teenager. You've got people who are like, you're too short, you're too fat, you're too ugly, just because you think you're pretty. You're going through all of that in person. That was hard. That was extremely hard. And now, through social media, you're not just getting it in your face. You got people talking all around you. You know, every time you pick up a device, someone is saying something, and it's maybe positive. 9 out of 10 times, it's not very positive. So there's all of that. So they're trying to slow that down. I have a nephew who is brilliant. Unfortunately, single mom, the device is what she had. So you can, you'll be having a conversation with him and you'll say, well, I don't know. I think last week I said, and he'll say, oh, no. On Tuesday at 7 p.m., you said, he's one of those because he got so attuned to this that everything he does is more like he walks around his house with a device in his hand. He has wired his parents' house up so he can control everything from his devices. Turn on the lights, turn off the lights, turn on security, turn off security, intercom system. So while he is brilliant at that, he has no common interaction. So you take that device from him and he
doesn't know how to interact with other people. No. Yeah,
that's because of having too much technology all around us.
And it doesn't help that on top of the bad foods that the manufacturers are producing now, it's affecting kids' brains. On top of that, we have cell phones that are also affecting, which is why kids are, you're seeing more and more kids with more hyperactivity, just ADHD. Focus is so important. So be aware of this, and especially parents that are pregnant, think about this.
Yes. So we're going to do a little bit about politics. I'm trying to think, do I do the good? Do I do the not so good first? So let's get the not so good out the way, because this is just kind of a comment. I don't know if you all know, but the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, has started banning books. He doesn't, it's illegal to say the word gay in Florida, in any of the populace of the state of Florida. He has this new thing now where he has banned and outlawed anything discussing African American history. Now you can do Chinese America, Japanese America, Italian America, Jewish America, all of that, but no African American. So to you, Ron DeSantis, how are you going to be a president of the people, for the people, by the people, when you are trying to isolate your people? Why are you sitting up on your high throne after running from a dictatorial country to the freedom of America, and you're trying to take us to be like where you came from? If it was so good for you there, go back and live in that community. But do not try and take the spirit of America from Americans. I hope everyone who has the right to vote will send a clear signal to you and to the previous President 45. The United States of America is united. we will not be bogged down in all this drama. I think it's so sad because we, the people, are looking for younger people to come and step up. However, we do not want all this belligerent attitude. And the people who are electing these bullies and sending them to Washington, shame on you. Shame on you.
Exactly. I just don't have words because it would take forever for me to talk about this person. And yeah, everything that Gloria said, and he is again definitely not a good example. And I'm sorry that there are people that really love him and they protect him and defend him, but really, we really have to stop and think. And as parents, again, I'm going back to parents again. We can't protect our children from this person. We need to open up dialogue and talk about these things, bring up the issues, because it's hard when you try and seclude your child from these important issues. I mean, there is a time and a place to talk about them, but you can do it in a way that is educating your children. And we need to educate our children more about what, these issues are and policies are and why this is not a good idea. And didn't know about, banning the books, but it's gone a bit too far, I think.
And this is Black History Month, Ron. You should be celebrating. And the thing is, being a person of color, you should know what it feels like to be belittled and to be treated as not an equal individual. And for you to want to carry that negative feeling forward, sad. You're a father. How would you like it if your child grows up and she falls in love with a beautiful young Black boy? And your child says, it's him or you, daddy. You make the call. And she picks him. And you lose your child. God works in mysterious ways. Everybody's always talking trash. But let me tell you something. You should be very, very careful about what you're doing. Because I don't know anyone who's going to vote for a bully. We've been there, done that. We tried it. Thinking that he had all this business savvy. And his bullying and his negative, nasty mouth outruled every good thing he ever did. He would do something really great. And then he would say, well, what do you expect? She's a woman. That condescending. It's just disgusting. How can you be a young man acting like that?
Well, we don't know, and we keep asking, and nobody knows.
No.
Nobody knows. So what do you say, people? We want your feedback below, and you know how we feel about this.
Yes. Last night, President Biden, I am always impressed because people forget he stutters. And when he would get excited and passionate during his conversation, his words would get a little twisted. But I, as an American citizen, just have this to say. I think it is the most disgusting thing on planet Earth for people in our government to boo and heckle our president. I don't care if you don't like him. Take it outside. Just like when you were kids, your parents say, take that trash outside. Don't be fighting in my house. Take it outside. Liar. Oh, well, it's bad because it's you. How are things bad because they're saying that he is responsible for the fentanyl overdrug, all of fentanyl is his fault. How can you say that? That just goes to show me that, once again, the people who elected you, they're not thinking beyond your 10 seconds of fame. You may be someone who has gotten them some fame, but what are you doing for them? If you listen to what President Biden was talking about, I am someone who is feeling the pinch. I know how hard it is day in and day out. My freezer just broke. All my food just destroyed. That is not President Biden's fault. That is technology. The device was going great and it just died. Now, I'm not going to hold him responsible for that. And I don't think you all. And then Kevin McCarthy, who's sitting there, and he goes, shh, shh, shh. He's trying to get them to shut up. Because we, the people of the United States of America, are watching, and we are not amused. They think we had a balloon from China in the air They got mad at President Biden because he didn't shoot it down. If he shot it down as soon as he saw it, it would have come down over citizens of the United States. He would have been wrong then because look at all those innocent people he killed. So he waits until they get the balloon over a low amount of water where it won't hurt anyone, yet they can recover it so they can evaluate what it is. Do they come back and say, oh, President, my bad. I understand why you did what you did. No. If it was China, they would have never let this happen. So he can't win.
Well, he can't win. It's a lose-lose situation for him, and I think that he's doing the best he can, and I admire him for what he's doing. There's always going to be people that they always have something to say about something he's doing. So he's just going to continue with what he set out to do for this country, and he's for the people and not just
and he kept saying, you know, he would announce an accomplishment and he would say bipartisan, which means that he got people from both sides.
Right.
You know, and the one thing I love President Biden, thank you. He put them on the spot because they're on the down low. They're trying to get rid of, hear me now, people, Social Security and Medicare. They're trying to take all of, that's our money. So you can take it away. You can take the name away, but you can't take my money. You have to give me all my money that I paid into it, and then I can go and do with it what I want.
Exactly.
So he said, so we're never going to put this on the table. It is a dead deal, right? And so they're all like, ugh. He said, stand up. So all the Democrats applauding. The Republicans had to stand up and give it to him. They didn't want to, but they had to give it to him. If we have someone who is working to help our lives be better, and granted, I know the prices of food right now, the prices of eggs, it's a joke. Everybody's like, I think I'm gonna go buy me some chickens because it's just ridiculous. You know, here in California, our PG&E bill, you know, we finally get electric down a little bit. A lot of people go to solar. So what now? The gas price is 3 times the rate it was last year. There's always going to be something. Is the person that you're looking to doing something to help you, or are they bragging?
Even the people that are getting pay raises now doesn't mean anything.
No.
Really, because you think, oh, I'm getting a pay raise, but really, in fact, you're not, because you have to pay so much more for other things. So it's not really, it's not like the pay raise is not really counteracting the increase, the inflation and everything. So people are still suffering. And if they really wanted to give a pay raise, they better give way more pay raise to reflect all this inflation that's going on.
Exactly.
Which is really sad.
So we have sunny skies here. It's a little cold and brisk across the east and the west, the middle, and the east coast. A lot of the snow. The groundhog saw his shadow, like we told you. So it's 6 more weeks of winter. Yet we're grateful for some sun. I know. But we've got sun. That means that our hills will stay pretty and green. So we're going to see how that works out, because, you know, every 3 to 4 days something comes up. Then everything's going as well as can be possible with COVID, with all of the recent concerts and sports events. It's going to be very interesting to see how the numbers roll out. I think that there's some natural immunities being built up. However, I know a couple of ladies that got, I don't know, they had the flu and they had COVID back to back, and they got pretty sick. So just be careful. Remember, if you're out and you don't know somebody and you hear people coughing, you know, just put your mask on, wash your hands, be careful.
And that reminds me, I think as of May, I forget the date, we're going to end this whole pandemic.
Yes.
I think it's going to be the final. They're going to say no more. We're not in that. There's a name, pandemic something.
Right, yeah. So we're coming out of pandemic status, and it's good and it is not so good. And what I mean by that, it's good because we're all becoming more healthy, and it's not so good because in the past, testing was free, shots were free, and now Pfizer's saying that a single shot will be upwards of $120. So shame on you, Pfizer. My God, haven't you made enough billions of dollars from the government from all the shots? I mean, most people have had anywhere from 2 to 4 shots each. You know, 300 million people, possibility. We know a lot of people got maybe the first, when they thought they were going to die, some of them got the shots, and then some of them were like, well, if I'm going to die, I'm still not going to get the shots. So it's good to be coming out of that status. Yeah, I just say good due diligence. Just keep an eye on it.
Well, we don't pay for the flu shot, so why do we have to pay for any booster shots?
Well, our insurance pays for the flu shots.
Well, the insurance does, so maybe.
So if you have insurance, then insurance will, see, now the government picks up all of it. So even if I go and I get a shot, they still ask for my insurance information.
Right, they still ask for it, yes, they do.
But going forward, they're going to do more than ask. They're going to charge. Woo! Another full day of conversations.
Yes.
Lots and
we
lots.
We love to chit chat about what we loved, socials, and what we loved, and our likes. And if you're watching and you have comments, we'd love for you to join in the conversation below.
We feel the love. We send it back to you all.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And if you'd like us to discuss anything, just put it below.
Yes.
And we will consider that for future chats.
Yes.
But we've enjoyed it. We love it. And we would love for you to hit that thumb icon if you liked our video. Hit the subscribe. We'd love for you to subscribe and hit the bell notification.
Peace.
Yes, love it. And we are Silicon Valley Girls. Chat over tea. And remember to always keep smiling.
Bye-bye.
Take care.